I'm Tom Gallagher. I'm an activist with Minnesota NORML, and I'm a lawyer in Minneapolis. I'm here at the Second Amendment Rights Rally with the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus today. Gun control is a very dangerous thing for our liberty. We don't want the government impinging upon our rights, our individual rights. For example, background checks. That's one of their big issues, is pushing background checks for everybody. The problem with background checks for everyone under every circumstance, every gun confiscation program in the world that's ever happened by any government in the world has been preceded by registration. So first they label you so they know where you are, and they tell you at that time, oh, we're just labeling you. We're not going to confiscate you. We're not going to lock you up. We're not going to round you up in boxcars. We're not going to take away your guns. They reassure you like that in order to get you to comply. Then later, once most people have complied, that's when they round everybody up. That's when they round up all the guns. And that's when we become less free as a people. That's when the government has another advantage over us because they've disarmed us. It also makes us less safe from violent crime, the very excuse they're using to justify gun control. That's not a good solution. Also, the U.S. Supreme Court has held that the public, the citizen, has no legal right to help from the police. So if you call the police and they don't show up, you can't sue the police, you can't sue the government, because U.S. Supreme Court says you have no legal right to help from the police. So that means that we have to protect ourselves. We do have the right to self-defense. We do have the legal right to self-defense. That goes back thousands of years. Every culture across the planet has the right to self-defense. Well, if somebody wants to get involved and they don't know what to do, there's many organizations that you can get involved with that advocate for individual liberty and gun rights. One of them is the Libertarian Party of Minnesota. Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus is another one. And of course the NRA is more national, but they have some, you can show your support that way too. So it's really on the national and the state level. I personally feel that it's easier to influence Minnesota politics than it is to influence national politics. National politics sometimes takes a higher level of money and people in DC. It's hard to reach those people sometimes. But in Minnesota, you can come right down here to the Capitol where we are right now, and you can engage with your elected officials and tell them what you want. And if you want liberty for you and for everybody, if you want to protect your civil rights and your rights to firearms and to self-defense, you got to let them know.
My name is Mason. I'm here at the Libertarian Party of Minnesota to support gun rights in Minnesota.